Hey guys, we're back on the couch and you know what that means. It is time for mystery box number 2 from Second & Charles. It is Monday the 18th as I'm recording this. So this morning I dropped the first video. Hopefully you guys are enjoying it. It seems like there's lots of comments, lots of views. So hopefully it's something you guys are enjoying. We're going to, we're going to film this the same way as the first one. I'm going to open the box, just reach my hand in. We'll talk about stuff. Hopefully we get some Blu-rays this time around because as you guys know from the first video, we struck completely out. Not a single Blu-ray. I will mention that going through the DVDs after filming, there was a lot of stuff that was scratched or damaged in the box, but there was also stuff that was mint. The stuff I was keeping was in good shape. There were some discs that were, you know, pretty much... there were light scratches. I would sell like as very good on eBay, not like good or acceptable. So we're gonna reach our hands in there. Now there's not as many on top this time. It feels like there's only a few titles on top. I'm trying to feel around, see if there's anything shorter, but I don't know how they're laid in this. Well, hopefully there's Blu-rays this time, but let's dig on the top. And the first movie is, we got wrestling to begin. Is this camera crooked? I feel like this camera's crooked. Hold on. Maybe that's better. The first thing here is a WWE pay-per-view. I actually watched this the night it was on. It is WWE Unforgiven. What is this? 2006. You got Edge versus Cena as the main event there. Let's see what kind of condition we got here. Wow, a mint condition wrestling DVD to start off the box. That's a good start. This also had what? DX versus the McMahons in the Big Show in a Hell in a Cell match. Kane versus Umaga. Johnny Nitro versus Jeff Hardy. Lita versus Trish. So Unforgiven 2006. Minty fresh. That's a good start. Next up is WWE Unforgiven. Is this also 2006? It does not have a year. I think 2005. John Cena versus Kurt Angle. Carlito versus Ric Flair. Matt Hardy versus Edge. Trish and Ashley versus Victoria and Tori. That is bizarre. The first two things are both wrestling, and this one's mint as well. Lots of fingerprints. So we start out, guys, 2 wrestling DVDs. It's funny, I was actually asked if I got any wrestling DVDs in the first batch. I had not, as you guys know. WWE Judgment Day. This is Bizarro World right now. Judgment Day 2008. So the first, it's all wrestling. They knew. This one is not mint. This has some light scratches on it. We got Triple H, Randy Orton, Undertaker, Edge, JBL versus John Cena, Shawn Michaels versus Jericho, CM Punk's in this. So 3 wrestling DVDs to start off. One more on top. Why not? WWE SummerSlam. This is an older one. This is actually a WWF home video release. SummerSlam 2000 main event: Rock versus Triple H versus Kurt Angle, Undertaker versus Kane, Jericho versus Benoit. This actually might be worth, somebody wrote on it, so I'm guessing that condition's probably going to be an issue, but let's see. No, just light scratches, fingerprints. But because this is a WWF release, this might actually have some value to it. But that's very funny. We've started out with 4 wrestling titles. And then we're in the stuff that's standing up. We got a Snapcase DVD. 2 weeks later with Hugh Grant and Sandra Bullock. I've never seen this one before. Standard chick flick movie, I would guess romantic comedy. But like I said, have not seen that one. Let's start my piles up. Next up, factory sealed DVD. We have Mystic River, which is a fantastic film directed by, I believe, Clint Eastwood. Right? Yep. Starring Sean Penn, Tim Robbins, Kevin Bacon, Lawrence Fishburne, Laura Linney. Yeah, so this is a brand new factory sealed snapper case DVD. A little bit of plastic starting to wear away on the back, but sealed. with the original $20.99 price sticker from Best Buy. So that's a pretty cool start here. We have some wrestling DVDs. We have a sealed, another factory sealed. What is it? Now this is cool. I'm actually like very impressed about this. It's a UK version, which is kind of a bummer. This is WrestleMania 31 or 32. But it's the UK 3-disc WrestleMania DVD set. This being brand new factory sealed. Commentary. Yeah, it's a Region 2. So it is not Region 1. Wouldn't play in my players, but that's pretty awesome. A factory sealed WrestleMania DVD. I may have bought the wrestling box here, and I'm okay with that. It's pretty neat. This came out in 2015, so yeah, WrestleMania 31, I believe. This was after the one in New Orleans. So still no Blu-rays yet. We got Basic with Samuel L. Jackson and Bruce Willis. I've never seen this movie from 2003. I don't know much about it. Also has Giovanni Ribisi, Taye Diggs, Harry Connick Jr. So I don't know much about this one. I have definitely seen this case and artwork many times before. Another flick I haven't seen. This is Dark Blue, starring Kurt Russell, Brendan Gleeson, Scott Speedman, Ving Rhames, from 2003. Looks like an R-rated, like cop drama movie. Haven't seen that one. Let me know. Is this one any good? It's definitely like movies that I'm familiar with seeing at some point in time, but have never watched them. I've seen them in stores and stuff. Next up, Spirit of the Game, but this is from a library in Delaware. So it looks like the artwork was custom printed. It has a library sticker on it. The disc is pretty scratched up, but I'm not familiar with this. Based on the inspirational true story, starring Kevin Sorbo. Yeah, don't know much about this one. Like I said, you can tell it's a library copy of a flick. So I will set that off to the side there. What do we got here? Oof. This looks like straight to DVD, like corniness here. And it is Edison Force. But listen to this cast. Morgan Freeman, Justin Timberlake, Kevin Spacey, LL Cool J. Also stars Piper Perabo, John Hurd, Rosalind Sanchez, Dylan McDermott, Carrie Ells. So a heck of a cast for a movie. 2006. Once again, don't know much about it. Still has the $4 price sticker from Second and Charles on there. But I have not seen that or heard of it. Guys, are there no Blu-rays again? It looks like there's one Blu-ray in here. Next up, classic John Ryan movie. Is it John Ryan? Yeah, I think this is a John Ryan movie. It's a Tom Clancy movie, that I know. And it is A Hunt for Red October, this being the widescreen collection version of it. So that is a pretty cool find there. It looks to be in pretty good condition case-wise, so I'm going to guess the disc is mint. The disc is brand new, like minty fresh. So that is a cool find, although I would say that's a fairly common movie to come across on DVD. I know it's recently been released to 4K. Next up, we have Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, which I still have to watch. I have the Blu-ray steelbook of it in my collection. Well guys, I will say, every disc I've looked at, except for those couple wrestling discs that are like lightly scratched, knock on wood, has been mint condition. So hopefully the damage voodoo is gone from my first unboxing. This is the Region 1 release of it. So it just looks weird. Polygram Video released that. So that is cool. We got Lock, Stock. Guys, I hit the wrestling mother load. Here's another WWF release. This one being SummerSlam. Once again with The Rock on there. The Rock versus Booker T. Stone Cold versus Kurt Angle. This is from 2001, also from the same girl who wrote on the disc. So this is scratched up as well. Not horribly, but definitely not a mint condition DVD. So we got that there. Brand new factory sealed The Elimination Chamber 2014, this being the US release this time around. It shows Bray Wyatt, Cena, Daniel Bryan, so that's cool. So lots of wrestling. So if you're not a wrestling fan, I may be losing you quickly on this video. The wrestling continues. We have the 2001 WrestleMania DVD, this being the 3-disc version. Actually, woof, this is a bonus disc that is absolutely, I don't know if you guys can see it, it is absolutely scratched to all get out. And it has 3 discs. They're all pretty scratched. This set's pretty trashed, but lots of wrestling. Hopefully all the wrestling that's in here wasn't owned by the same person who didn't take very good care of their stuff. Okay. Next up, WWE Survivor Series 2005. Writing on the disc again, scratched up. So this is an interesting box. I think this is going to isolate a lot of viewers. I think a lot of people would probably be glad that they didn't get this if they weren't a wrestling fan. I'm a wrestling fan, but I don't really keep pay-per-views, so it kind of hurts the value to me. But once again, you never know what you're going to get in a mystery box. Next up, Are We There Yet? But this is a previously viewed from Hollywood Video. The artwork is destroyed. The case looks to be in pretty rough shape. The disc is horribly scratched. I gotta stop checking every disc. This video is gonna... Written on? No, this one's not written on at least. But we have DX One Last Stand, the 3-disc DVD set. So lots of 3-disc DVD sets. Lots of wrestling in here, obviously. Ugh. Next up, from Blockbuster, or at least it was a Blockbuster rental and they switched cases. Pink Panther, a movie that I stopped watching because I thought it was so horrible, personally. But, so yeah, the Pink Panther remake with Steve Martin and Beyonce. Next up, WrestleMania 28. Noticing a trend, guys. Doesn't look like the disc is written on this, so I'm hoping that means the discs are in good condition. It's not owned by the person. Oh, disc 3 is nice. We'll check out the other ones after the video. Next up, this is actually a cool pickup. I hope this is mint. It's written on, which is, like I said, bad feeling right away. Yeah, scratched up. It's WrestleMania 18, which is known for having The Rock versus Hulk Hogan as the main event, or it should have been the main event in a lot of people's eyes, but icon versus icon. But once again, disc written on, disc scratched. WrestleMania 26. I'm not going to talk too much about these wrestling ones because I'm sure a lot of people don't want to hear about all the wrestling. They want movies, probably. Next up, Atonement, a movie I've never seen. This stars James McAvoy and Keira Knightley. So that is something I've never seen. I definitely know it as a Blu-ray release. I don't own this flick. It's a previous rental, but I'd say it's in decent shape. There's definitely scratches on there. So this is going to be tough to keep track of because of all the wrestling. Fantastic film. I own it on Blu-ray. Crazy Stupid Love, starring Steve Carell, Emma Stone, Ryan Gosling, Julianne Moore, Kevin Bacon. This is a really great movie. I suggest this movie if you don't own it. Looks like it might have been a previous rental or something because there's a price and then like a number on there. Disc has some scratches, but Crazy Stupid Love is a great film. What do we got here? Rusty, The Great Rescue, and Far From Home. Some artwork issues here. more writing on the discs. So it looks like this person traded in all their stuff and they like to write on their discs. And I like shook my head because this is a flipper disc and she wrote right on the flipper disc. So yeah, writing on discs, wow. Oh, we have a Blu-ray, and I think it's the only one that I see here. Does not look like there are any other Blu-rays in here at all. So the Blu-ray here is Saw 6. I'd like to get all the Saw movies in the one set. I know there's... That's weird. Did they take the first Saw? So this has Saw 6, which is the unrated director's cut on Blu-ray, but then it also looks like they have the first Saw movie on Blu-ray as well. Like they added a disc to it almost. Well, at least we got a Blu-ray this time. I'm kind of bummed it's only one, but at least it's a Blu-ray. Next up, I can't grab one. Why can't I? Next up, yep, that's par for the course. WrestleMania 27. I'm going to own like all the WrestleManias, although they're all going to be written on and scratched by the time I'm done. We got another factory sealed DVD. This being Sweet November. Never seen this movie. Keanu and Charlize, so a great cast. Looks like a romantic drama if I had to guess. I don't get a comedy vibe from the artwork, but it's pretty cool. A factory sealed snapper case DVD. Next up, another WWF release, this one being Royal Rumble 2000. Ghost Rider, this being the widescreen DVD. I've seen Ghost Rider before, not something I've watched in a very long time. Don't remember loving this, but I have definitely seen this before. I don't think I own this in my collection because it's not something I really have the desire to rewatch anytime in the near future. And I have to take a time out, so pause. Alright guys, we're back. Sorry about that. I was getting weird things popping up on my phone. Wanted to take care of it. The John Cena experience. So a ton of wrestling. I would say this box has been about 70% rest. Are these really? Here's WrestleMania 22 in rough shape and 29. So we're looking at a ton of multi-disc wrestling sets. 7. Yeah, a ton of this is going to be wrestling. I would say half the box. And we're down to the final row, which it seems like a lot less quantity of stuff this time around. Next up, The Horse Whisperer. This being a widescreen DVD. I've never seen this before. It stars Robert Redford, Kristen Scott Thomas, Sam Neill, Diane Wiest, Scarlett Johansson, Chris Cooper. Scarlett Johansson had to be super young in this. This looks like it's from like the mid-90s. So, don't know much about that one. The Horse Whisperer there, the Miramax widescreen. Of course, WWE Backlash. You got, who's on the front there? Triple H. You got Hulk Hogan, Batista, Jericho. The bummer about the wrestling stuff is, and I'd probably be happier if it wasn't all like written on and scratched up, because even though I don't need it in my collection, it has good resale value. Some of the WWF stuff especially, because it's a harder to find thing on DVD. I know there's the WWE Network and everything, but physically finding that older stuff is tough. But it's just a bummer because most of what I've seen, the written on stuff, I should be able to take some glue onto it and just wipe it off and it should come off. But when it's scratched up and the trifold's really messed up, it doesn't help. This looks interesting. I've never heard of this. The original UK edition of Any Human Heart, which stars Jim Broadbent, Matthew McFadden, and Sam Claflin. 4.5 hours on 2 discs. So this is a PBS show. I'm not really familiar with this one. Let me know, is this something I should check out and keep? What do we got here? Looks like it's nice and clean. Yep, nice and clean. So let me know, is this something I should hold on to? Is this something maybe that has some value and I could sell? Keep me posted on this one. I don't know much about it. Like I said, it's a PBS, looks like not documentary, but a mini series. So. Another one I'm not familiar with, The Big Country. This stars Gregory Peck, Burl Ives, Charlton Heston. It's an MGM release from 1958. I don't know. Let me know, guys. Classic, but this is the full screen special edition of Office Space. A fantastic comedy movie. I really enjoy this. I think it actually still holds up some 20 years later. And it's a fun watch for sure. It's a shame it's full screen, but no problem with Office Space. At least we're starting to see some movies. Next up, I have this on Blu-ray. I've never watched this. I've been told that I would really enjoy this film, and that is Robin Williams and, I totally just blanked on his name, Robin Williams and Nathan Lane in The Birdcage. And Diane Weiss is in this as well, Gene Hackman. So the DVD of The Birdcage there. The American Pie, the original unrated version, this being the widescreen. Definitely owned this back in the day. And then I think I had the special 2-disc edition of it, but I own these all on Blu-ray now. But the original American Pie really has a special place in my heart. It was a movie I watched probably younger than I should have when it had kind of first came to home video. I had access to it probably when I was like 16, so. Hollywood Express in Cambridge, Massachusetts. Aaron Stanford and Zooey Deschanel in Flakes. Interesting. Christopher Lloyd's in this. Definitely in an old rental case, probably destroyed. Yep. Definitely has seen better days. Scratches going all around the entire disc, but is this any good, guys? Like, I've never heard of this. This might be something I'd like to add to a wish list if it's worth watching. I like Zooey Deschanel. Looks like a quirky comedy kind of movie. So I'm just going to give a quick count here. 22, 23, 24, 33, 34. Alright, so right now we're at 44, and that includes the triple. So it looks like we're getting over 50 titles again. Next up, the widescreen version. Ooh, this case is horrible. Of Corpse Bride. I don't think did I watch this with RJ? I forget if I watched this. I think I watched it with RJ. I personally wasn't a big fan, but he really enjoyed it, if I'm not mistaken. So the Corpse Bride on DVD, a fairly common movie, but once again, it doesn't surprise me. Of course, hey. This is WWE's Royal Rumble from 2004, live from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Triple H versus Shawn Michaels, Brock Lesnar versus Hardcore Holly. The Royal Rumble match itself, Dudley Boys versus Ric Flair and Batista. So that's kind of cool, from Philadelphia. Survivor Series 2007. Batista versus Undertaker in Hell in a Cell. Randy Orton versus Shawn Michaels. CM Punk in a triple threat match. So you got Survivor Series with Edge there on the front cover. New Year's Revolution from 2005. You got Elimination Chamber match. Lita versus Trish. So lots of wrestling, guys. So hopefully I haven't lost everybody's attention with all the wrestling here. And it continues. 2004's Armageddon. Big Show there on the front cover. We got a few more left. Oh man, this looks like a Joe Martinez movie. All day, every day. Featuring the voice talents of Hillary and Haley Duff, we have In Search of Santa. I'm ready to guess Martinez Joe either needs this or he's going to text me about this. Oh man, it's written on by Stacey Davis, buddy. It's actually in mint condition. So hopefully maybe some of these wrestling DVDs aren't destroyed that she wrote on, and I can salvage some value out of them. So you have In Search of Santa there. Oof. A very sun-faded copy of Ed, starring Matt LeBlanc and a chimp. I never saw this movie. Didn't have desire back in the day. This was like a 90s special. 96. Basically a baseball player and his baseball playing chimpanzee friend there. Of course, we got more Royal Rumble. What's this from? 2007. So lots of wrestling, guys. Lots of wrestling. Which, like I said, at least I'm a wrestling fan. SummerSlam 2004. We got one more left, so let's see. Let's give an updated count. 5, 10, 12, 14, 17, 37, 45, 50. So 52 titles are going to be in this box. And the last one is, this is Martinez Joe special again. A Bell for Christmas with Dean Cain, Christy Swanson, and Haley Duff. Yeah, I don't know. They aren't staying in my collection, but I have a feeling my buddy Joe, if he doesn't have them, he's going to be hitting me up. So, A Bell for Christmas. So, how do we feel about this box? If the wrestling stuff is in good shape, it's actually a pretty cool box. A couple movies that I'm not familiar with, a couple factory sealed DVDs. I'm still bummed at one Blu-ray. Yeah, stuff like Any Human Heart and The Big Country on DVD seemed very cool. Then you had some common DVDs and then a bunch of wrestling stuff. You had factory sealed wrestling, even though this one is a Region B title. You have a ton of SummerSlams and Armageddons and Royal Rumbles all here, some WrestleManias. And then on top of all that, you have all the triple disc WrestleManias, John Cena, DX stuff, and then the weird Saw 6, Saw 1 combo pack that somebody made themselves. So all in all, I'm happy with this box, happier with this box than the first one. A bit bummed out about the condition of the wrestling stuff, but like I said, maybe it could be salvageable. But I don't see anything I'm necessarily going to add to my collection. Sweet November is tempting. I might hold on to that. And Flakes looks interesting, but it's pretty scratched up, so I don't think that's going to stick in the collection. So that's it, guys. Hopefully you're enjoying these mystery box videos. I still have one more left to do that I'll be filming in the near future, but I'll be continuously putting these out on Monday, well, for one more week. And hopefully you guys are enjoying them. Maybe you guys have went and bought your own Second and Charles mystery box. If you've done so, leave a comment down below. Let me know if you did an unboxing. Let me know what you found in yours. And fingers crossed, guys. It didn't necessarily work in the screenshot thumbnail of this video. Fingers crossed for a bunch of Blu-rays in that last box. So thank you guys for watching. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you guys don't do so already. It is very appreciated. Hit the bell notification so you guys know when new videos drop on the channel. And be sure to check out the description box where you can find links to my Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Blu-ray.com profile, Amazon wishlist, Letterboxd, where I rate and review all the movies I watch and some other things as well down there. And that's it, guys. So as always, until next time, who's down to movie? Or wrestling in this case. Who's down to wrestle? Brother.